What is going on, you guys? AK40 Kevin here in the gamer heaven, and I've already reviewed 5 Razer keyboards over the last week or two. I've done the Blackwidow Lite Stormtrooper Edition, Blackwidow Elite, the Cynosa Chroma, the Ornata, the Huntsman, and now I have the Huntsman Elite for you. This is going to wrap up my series of Razer keyboard reviews, and at the end of that, I'm going to be doing a 6-way comparison to find out which is the best for you. Alrighty guys, over here at the Stormtrooper PC, let's go ahead and pop a squat. Move this bad boy out of the way. This is the keyboard that I've been using recently. Every 2 or 3 days I've been switching a different Razer keyboard so I can give it the full beans and see what it's made of, so I can give you guys an honest comparison of them all. This one is the, I want to say the Huntsman here. Yep. And what we're about to unbox and review is the Huntsman Elite, which adds a slew of new features such as USB pass-through, audio pass-through, integrated media keys with a little dial wheel doohickey and a bunch of other bullshit. So, let's get into it. And we'll start by getting into this box. So, I don't know if this is, I don't believe this is refurbished or anything. I'm pretty sure this is brand spanking new, but the box looks kind of shitty. Just got the Razer logo on the outside, but it's just the typical cardboard box. So it's nothing really pretty. Usually Razer devices come in a much prettier package than that, so that's weird. Maybe it's just because I got it from Amazon, and since it's a third-party distributor, they don't have the sexy packaging or whatever. Not really sure about that. Holy shit. Just blow my monitor out, why don't I? Alright, so you do have this nice plush wrist pad. All of Razer's wrist pads are really nice. They're magnetized, they clip to the bottom of the keyboard, and they are just super duper plush. I've never seen this before. This one actually like plugs in. All the other ones are just like this where they're magnetized, so not really sure what this is for. If it, I don't know, vibrates or something. I mean, I don't know why it would need to plug in and get power from the keyboard. That's very interesting. Also, it does have more weight than the other ones, so maybe it's got something cool in there. Typical non-slip pads on there, so you're not slip sliding around your desk. All right. Come on, sweetie. I'm the daddy. All right. Got your instruction manual in here. Typical marketing for gamers, by gamers, or it'll say, "Welcome to the cold of Razer." That's like their 2 marketing slogan catchphrases or whatever. Alright, you have your braided cord. It looks like a 10-foot cable. It is extremely thick because you do have a second USB, which I'm assuming is for the pass-through. Never mind, I'm an idiot. This one does not have USB pass-through. That's unfortunate because I did actually use the USB pass-through that is on the Blackwidow Elite, which I will say I really do like that keyboard a lot. I think it's going to come down to either the Huntsman Elite or the Blackwidow Elite for which one I'm going to be keeping, sending back the rest. But anyway, let's plug this bad boy in. Snaps right in to that little power port. Really curious to see what that does. There is your integrated media keys up at the top. Get out there. Alright. Pause, fast forward, rewind, up and down volume, and mute. You can also set these in the Synapse, Razer Synapse application to have different functions and features. You do have non-slip pads on the bottom, as well as these awesome 2-stage little props or kickstands, and they each have a rubber non-slip coating on the bottom, so that's really cool if you just want to incline a little bit or you want to incline a little bit more for your wrists. I always keep my keyboards at the highest setting. It feels the most natural for my wrists when I'm typing. Alright, let's get you plugged in, girl. So, I did my due diligence and figured out why you need 2 USB plugs for this freaking keyboard, and it's because the wrist rest has a LED underglow. Kind of stupid that they couldn't power it through the keyboard through that powered port there, you need to have a second USB plugged in. So if you're somebody like me that literally doesn't have any USB ports left besides the ones on top here, which I don't really like to use, I just plug this in when I'm using my Bluetooth wireless headphones, and I had to like ghetto wire, you know, use the one for the lighting over here, and then obviously I do have a port in the back for a dedicated keyboard, but man, that's just kind of stupid. Me personally, I would probably just go ahead and yoink this out because I don't really care about that. Now, if it was an actual cool feature like haptic feedback vibration motors in the wrist rests, which I don't think any company has that, but that'd be really cool while you're gaming to get, you know, like vibration in your wrists or whatever. That'd be really neat, as long as it's not like overpowering and disorienting or anything. But yeah, really nice. All right, the keys that this bad boy uses are the purples. So the same thing as the regular Huntsman. This is the Elite. And it seems like with the Elite, all you're really getting, vice the regular Huntsman, is the underglow wrist rest, which to me is just kind of a gimmick. It's kind of stupid. It takes an extra USB port, and it's something I really don't care about. Like, yeah, the chroma lighting on the keys is really cool, but like, I don't need underglow on the wrist pad. That's just a little much for my taste. You have the same keys in there, which, as you see, are the purples. Let me turn off the lighting so you guys can actually get a better view of them. So it has game mode, which deactivates the Windows and Alt key, so you can use them as designated gaming buttons, as opposed to having them be, you know, functionality for Windows, obviously. I think I might have just shut my PC off, which sucks because I was just rendering a fucking YouTube video. Oh, Huntsman, fuck. That is a load of fuck shit. I just accidentally turned my PC off and I was rendering a, man, this thing boots fast. Holy bejesus. That's awesome. SSD, gotta love it. Hey, it looks like I'm still exporting. Yay! Maybe it just put it into like, maybe that's what that button does with the little crescent moon. It puts it into like standby, sleepy sleep mode. Doesn't really fully turn it off. Anyway, so here's the actuation on the keys here. Very light, very clicky. In fact, that is how they describe their purple keys, light and clicky. They are light and they do click a lot. They're very noisy, very loud. Like, out of all the Razer keyboards I've used, they are the loudest. Not a big deal if you're playing at home. The only thing that would kind of suck about that is, you know, if people on your stream or your chat are complaining that they can hear your keyboard clicks every like second, that would suck. But obviously you're not going to probably use this in like a cubicle in an office setting, because people will want to take you into the break room and beat you with a sock full of bars of soap. Just something to keep in mind. Alright, let's pop these back on here. Just really standard looking keys, nothing too special there. I'm sure they have some kind of a keycap kit if you want to get fancy. So I don't personally like the way the purple keys feel from Razer. They're not my least favorite keys from Razer, but I like the green ones that come in the Blackwidow Elite, which I think is so far my favorite Razer keyboard. It has these media keys up here, but it also has a USB and audio pass-through, so you get additional ports, so you can just plug headphones or extra speakers or another keyboard or your mouse or whatever to the keyboard, which is great for freeing up extra ports. And they have the green keys, which to me are great. They're clicky and tactile is how they describe their green keys, and the purples are light and clicky, and they are a little bit too light for my taste. Like, they're just really, you barely touch them and they actuate, and they're just really noisy when you're typing. I'm not going to run through all the different lighting modes in the Synapse app, because I've done those exact effects and everything in all the other Razer keyboard reviews. It's kind of just wasting my time and yours, because they all have the exact same effects. They have ripple and starlight and wave and wheel and static and all the same fucking effect modes that every other Razer keyboard has in the Synapse app. So if you want to see that, I'll have a link in the description below to like all the other keyboard reviews. You can watch one of those. Actually, I prefer if you watch one of those, because it gives me, you know, extra views, and I'm trying to grow my channel because it's muy poquito right now and I want it muy grande. So Alright guys, logging into a game that's holding on by a freaking pube hair, Destiny 2. It's almost half dead. It's been given resuscitation 3 times and it's just kind of puffing for life right now. I would just screen record, but I don't really plan on using this keyboard to game for very long just because I do not like the purple keys. They're loud, they're super light, and this keyboard it's not doing it for me, I guess. You know, which is kind of sad because it is one of their flagship keyboards, one of their higher end keyboards, but honestly, if I'm going to pay this kind of price point, I'm going to get the Blackwidow Elite, not the Huntsman Elite. But I am going to give it a fair chance to, you know, show me the skills to pay the bills, no thrills, so let's get some kills. Spitting bars, boys. Alright, see if Daddy can give him the business with the old Huntsman Elite.
A Russian spaceport. It's quarantined now.
This wrist rest feels okay, but I feel like I've felt other Razer wrist rests that feel better and don't require an extra USB and whatever else. So keys are really responsive. They are just super, super light, which doesn't really matter when you're gaming because you're only touching like 4 or 5 keys at a time, but when you're typing, just kind of a little bit off-putting.
Deep in enemy territory.
Deep. Alright, little shotgun treatment, keep it moving. Nothing to see here. I don't remember what all my key bindings are. I haven't really played this game in a minute.
If your tracker blinks, there's trouble nearby.
But I pretty much use the same key bindings for all first-person shooters. Yeet. Spacebar feels pretty good. Yep. Mouse is whipping pretty hot today. Alright, let's talk to the dick, keep it moving.
Scavengers, alien pirates picking at humanity's remains.
Oh, butt pirates, huh? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel bad. I mean, if you got this keyboard as a gift or something, I'm not saying to go pawn it for crack or anything like that, but it's personally, it's not my favorite Razer keyboard. It's not by any means the worst Razer keyboard I've tried. The Synosa and the Ornata are definitely worse than this, especially the Synosa, because that's basically just a regular keyboard with Razer branding and some RGB lighting thrown in there. Beast mode engaged, boys. Just taking kneecaps like it's my job. Good lord, I am unstoppable. I'm like if Shroud and Dr. Disrespect had a baby.
With everything you've done.
But like much more handsome. There you go. Oh jeez. Talking that shit.
Is strong, Army.
Yes, the force is strong with me, I know. Call that little move death from above. Making love with no glove. Alright, well I think that's more than enough. You guys get the point. It's a keyboard, it clicks, it's got purple keys, it's loud, it's got a fucking wrist rest that needs to be plugged in with an extra USB. It's expensive. I don't know, if I was going to spend this much on a keyboard, I'd definitely get not the Huntsman Elite, the Blackwidow Elite. It just feels better. It's got green keys, which to me feel better. You don't accidentally actuate them by sneezing on them. And it's got the same features with the wheel. It's got a more comfortable wrist rest that doesn't require an extra USB. It's got a audio and USB pass-through. It just feels better. And the packaging was better too. Not that that really matters for shit, but you know, the cardboard was nicer. Alright guys, peace.